Hello everyone. In this lesson, we will see how to create a class and then create an object or instance of the class and how to interact with the classes. A class in C++ is a user-defined data type that serves as a blueprint for creating objects. By blueprint, what I mean is a detailed plan that defines how something will be created. The class defines the structure, attributes, and functions that its objects will have. And an object is an instance of a class. By instance, I mean a concrete real world example or manifestation of something based on a class. I will begin by copying UART printer that will help to print the result on the terminal console. So let's copy and paste it. And if you are not sure where to begin, click on the I button to configure UART driver to read and write in the console. I will rename this project as class and object and close the existing project. Then in the project structure, I will delete this one and the debug folder. I will come over to source main.cpp. In here, I have already configured UART and I will remove the existing code. And for now, let us start writing a class. So to start a class, you need the keyword class and I will give it a name called temperature sensor and just press enter. So a class ends with a semicolon. So you have to, when you press the enter, your ID, uh, cube ID supports this auto ending of the class. But if your ID doesn't support, just add the semicolon at the end. Then in the class, I will create a member variable or the attribute that is the temperature. And in this, I will also create a function that is the that is also a attribute or the member function. In this member function, like I will print simple statement, the current temperature ampersand f, since it is a floating value, and pass the temperature. So I am getting an error over here. Let's see, the float formatting is not enabled. Okay, so to enable the float format, you need to write -u printf float in the linker flag. So let me show you where is the linker flag. In the properties, if you come to the pros of the project, in the settings, in the linker miscellaneous. So here, what you need to do is write -u space underscore printf underscore float. And for the scanf, what you need to do is just remove the printf and write scanf. Apply and close, rebuild the index, and the error would go. Now let me create another member variable, void is hot, and here I will take a limit and let's check the condition. If temperature greater than limit, then I will print f warning temperature exceeds the limits, backslash and backslash r to return. And okay, so I have to give the else part, and in the else part I will just print temperature within safe limits. So here we have created a class and we have the uh, member variable and two member functions. So now let us create the object of the class or the instance of the class. So to create the object, what we need is the temperature sensor, and if I press control space, it will come up. And here I will write the object sensor and then semicolon. So this is what is called as object of the class. And similarly, we can also create the pointer of the class. And this is the pointer to the class. So what I want here is like I want to point our pointer to our object. So to do that, it is very straightforward, and we can use the ampersand sign. We will pass the address of the object sensor, and this is done. So now what I want is I want to assign the temperature value to the sensor. So for that, I will use the P sensor, and we will use arrow operator since we are using the pointer to the class. Then we can write the temperature, and that I will assign it to 32.5. Then I will call the function read temperature. So to read the temperature function, I will use again the arrow operator and read the temperature, then just to close it, and that's it. And also we can pass the value in the is hot function, member function or the attribute. Like I want the limit to be 30. So for that, I pass the value, and now let us build the project. So we have, okay. So all the, okay, I forgot to mention it here. So we have access specifier. By default, the class will take a private access specifier. By private access specifier, what we mean is that outside of this class, these values will not be accessible. So to make it accessible, I will use the public keyword over here so that it is accessible into our main function. Currently, see, it's not accessible in the from the in the main function, but it is in the our class. But after adding the access specifier, we can use it outside the class. So there are three access specifier. For now, I will tell you it is public, protected, and private. Let's save it. Let's run the application. So here we see that it is running, and uh, let's flash our microcontroller. So it will be a default configuration, and let me open my Tera term, connect it to the serial port, and I will press reset button on my microcontroller. So it didn't read. Yeah, it's coming. I think I didn't. Okay, here we can give it /m/r so that new line is created. And see, like we have got our current temperature and it is showing that warning temperature exceeds our limit. And we can also test the other case, just reduce the temperature value and flash it. It will while you click the run, it will build first and then it will flash the controller. Let's come over here and see. Now it is showing current within the limits. If it is showing the uh, older value, it is because of the buffer it is having in the UART. The data is not cleared in the UART buffer. So, but we have the correct value over here. Okay, if we reset the button, still we are getting the correct value. Okay, so This was fairly a very simple basic example of the class and how we can create the object and pointer. I hope you enjoyed this small video. Let's continue with our next lesson. Thank you.